And welcome back. This is episode 15 in the Kelly Jack How Not to Game tutorial sessions for Simutrans. Sorry if I faded out there for a second. These are slowly switching over to YouTube. Hopefully I'll be doing all right. As we can see, I've got an Eastern Transport there on the left. And the blue finances window, unfortunately, it's a one thing I wish it would take and put just finances. It would put the company name when you rename a company. It doesn't. So that's Calico Western in the blue window on the right. So both companies are making money. Both companies are making about the same money, operational profit per year. Did let them both run without any operations or any construction or changes last year. That was when I was posting a bunch of the videos and letting the game run in the background. So what is today? Well, today is who's in the deepest trouble. So right now we're still just going to let a slow rebuild occur until net wealth is back out and Eastern's climbed out of chapter 11 here. Reorganization, bankruptcy. And we're going to take and work some more on Calico Western. In part because all I've done with Calico Western really is the original line and the train line. It's time to start tying some more things together and doing what I talked about last video, was talk about what we can do. Try to figure out where those spots were. And one of those spots that we're going to need to start clearing away is to clear away some trees here so I can show you, is for the various plants. We've got which plants are going to be up first. And I think what I'm going to go ahead and set up is we're going to bring this oil well over and supply it with workers from Oldby and get the oil over here to our factory for the refinery. Have that turned into printing ink and taken to the print shop. We'll probably only get just the oil well connected, the people connected in, and the starts of that line that'll go from along Ashstead and down to the publishing house. So we're going to call this the Electron River Refining. There we go. That way we'll just have to delete some stuff when we put in our things. And then we're going to call this oil field the crude catchers. No, crude, what should we call them? Crude Corporation. Crude Pumper. Crude Crowbeak's Crude. I really got to watch how I tap near that. Even though I disabled the pad, it still picks it up occasionally for some reason or another. Glitch in the system, glitch, probably something that from one of the times this thing took a little bump or something. All right, so Crowback's Crude has been built or named, and now we've got the town of Oldby, but I don't like Oldby, So how about we call that, if that's Crowbeaks, let's call this Raven's Roost from now on. So the town of Raven's Roost. All right. First things, got to get the crude picked up. So we're going to put in a line, and I'll turn the trees back on. I've got them on transparent right now so we can see what we're doing, kind of. Over to about here. There's a good crossing spot right there, or good-ish. Limited amount of needed. Oops. Pull that guy down and lock him in place for the afternoon. We are gaming in the afternoon. I spent the morning posting videos on YouTube. Hit my limit already for the day, so time to make some more and load up for the next round. Don't know how many they're going to let me post. Don't know. Per day. Don't know how long it'll be before they say, hey, you got to take monetize or cut back. We'll see. All right, so I get through that, and then we'll make it to there. This is going to kind of go this way. We're going to make this have 3 tracks. And then the main line is here that we're going to tie into. Uh-oh. And because of an elevation change right there. Oops. Excessive. That cost us $4,000 we couldn't afford. But Calico Western was in the black the whole time, so he's not in as bad a shape as, say, the other guy is. Eastern Transports. And then we'll make a climb out style. Oops, we're going to have to dig those 2 down and do that style. Actually, I think I'm going to do it this way. There we go. So we'll tie them all together. Get a quick input and an export. No, I'm not doing the 2 different colors. I'm just going to do with one color with these guys because that light blue does show up so well to tell me that it is his, even if I have the names off. Now we can go into the naming on the fields. Take out that part, and it just becomes Crowbeak Crude's yard, and then the Electron River refining yard. Oops, wrong one. All right, as I sip my coffee as we go along, sorry if that disturbs folks, but I do need my coffee. Coffee. All right, we've got that, and it's time to figure out where we want to have our depot. We're going to make our depot relatively close. I'm just going to go ahead and have it be in a slight uphill grade to it. So they'll be coming down the hill to come onto the main line. Down the road, I will have to reconfigure this. Actually, because I know I'm going to have to reconfigure that, let's go ahead and back him out just a little bit further and put him in an angle. That way he's got a good run out. For right now, we're just going to put a signal there. And let's see what we can do. The initial will not require, but we're going to go ahead and put the signal a two-way signal there as well. That'll let down the road when we start using the stretcher rail and dispatching other trains for other things, let us take and get them in and out without having to wait for this guy to get into a station to be considered offline for a minute. So we need to utilize a train to get the oil over. Again, we're just going to stick with the old Jayco Sackers for right now, and we may just take and say that he's going to keep running them even when they go obsolete. Jayco Sackers do go obsolete in the near future, so we need tanker cars. There we go, the Kahan tankers, which is what we've got right now. Should be getting a better tanker here shortly, but for right now, the Kahans will do. We're not after huge amounts of, oh, we've got that break. Got to put a frog section. A frog is a joining piece of metal between rails on old school rails. Modern rails are welded. Old rails had a piece of metal that joined the two to hold them together and line them up. And it was on either side. They called it a frog. A lot of times now when you hear frog, it's the guys talking about the connector that lets the electricity on their model railroads go. With rail, not having to have that third rail setup that we did back in my day. All right. And it's going to be 100% there, and then bring it to here. Upgrade him. And this is going to be the Crowbeak Kahans. Oiler. There we go. And start him so that he's starting to make us some money. Come over to here. We now need to tie into the community, so we're going to close the rail. Close rail. Open road. Grab the gravel road, not the dirt road this time. Get him over to here. Connect up that road. Make certain it's all nice and good and ready to go. Park a bus station there. And then I think a bus station here, a bus station here, one out here, and one over here. And that should cover most of the town as it exists right now. Down the road, we can expand it. And then we need a spot to dispatch from over here. I don't want to bring one all the way over, do I? No, there's close by. It's not that far. And again, we're going to open it up because he's going to run the obsolete buses for initial. And he's going to run 2 buses initially. Actually 3. We're going to buy 3 buses. First bus is going to be in town. So there's going to be a town loop bus. Counterclockwise. Because I like going cyclonically, not anti-cyclonically. Tornado kind of guy. And we're going to call this the Raven's Roost Loop Stole. I keep mentioning the stole rather than bus. I want to say, this is how long that's been out there, was that I was using stoles. So, if I had stages, and I'd have stage instead of a stole line. Got it set up. Start him. The next one we want to do is to get people from Town Hall out to the Crow Yard. And I'm actually going to have it go ahead and do a stop here. There we go. Because eventually we'll bend him and have him go out to one of the others if we grow this direction, or further out if it's further out, and skip the town hall stop. Don't set, again, any pickup amounts. Just let the bus run back and forth with whatever passenger levels we have. That way we don't jam up a stop. Promote the line, and this becomes the CW the RR Raven's Roost and Crude Workers stole, and a space in there, so that looks good. There we go. Yeah, that looks a lot better. Start that one, and then the other bus is going to be a fun one. I'm actually going to sell that stole. We're going to go with an Icarus. And this Icarus is going to go from the famous church stop over here. Now let's actually grab people. Let's go ahead and add another stop here at Mellowock Station. And we're going to get it back to that mode. Pick up here. Stop at this stop in Appencross, and then come down to the town hall. And we'll go copy it backwards, go back through Appencross to get back up to Mellowock. And I'm not going to make it again. I'm going to do this as a free run stage, not a got to be full stage. So this is the Lake Rim Tri-Cities, Tri-Towns. The Icarus line. Then come back up here. Shouldn't have sold that stole after all. But I did, so we'll have to buy it again. Put in those bus stops. And this will get us more workers. Buy that stole. Schedule him to go from here to here to here and back. And this will be CW's Appencross main stole. And that's going to be it for this video. It's been a kind of long one, 20 minutes, but I'm on tube now, so maybe it won't be as bad. Hey, thanks for coming in, watching today. I am Cali Jack. This has been my tutorial video. We're kind of showing you the basics of setups, doing a little bit of the switching. We're not doing a lot of things yet that we will down the road. Thanks, and have a better day than I'm having.